God says, my child, listen carefully. The time is now. This is not an ordinary message and you must not take it lightly. Something is shifting in the air, something that can no longer be hidden. The silence that has wrapped itself around your spirit like a curtain is trembling, and what was concealed must now be exposed. There is a cry echoing in the unseen, a trembling of the heavens for the sake of the one you love. There is something urgent that your heart has sensed, but your mind has been too weary to name. There is a stirring, a spiritual alarm ringing that will not cease until you hear it with your whole soul. The person you love deeply is in deep trouble. And though they try to wear a smile and laugh like everything is fine, though they tell you not to worry, though they whisper assurances into your ears that they are strong and healthy and doing better, you must know, everyone except you knows that they don't have much time left because they've tested positive for something that even their spirit is struggling to carry. You have felt it, haven't you? That pull in the atmosphere, that ache in your chest you couldn't explain? That dream that woke you in the middle of the night, the one where you felt their name in your throat and your soul trembled as if something holy was crying out? You were not imagining it. You were not dreaming idly. Heaven has been trying to reach you. You are the last light that still burns for them. You are the only one still holding their name in prayer while others have already made peace with their departure. They are slipping, and the veil is thinning, and your voice is the only thing pulling them back. You must open your heart now. You must understand what is happening before the clock runs dry. There was a night, not long ago, where they sat by themselves in silence, staring at a piece of paper with a result they didn't want to believe. Their breath shook, their hands trembled, and their soul screamed in a language only the angels could understand. And in that moment, something inside them broke. They did not cry for themselves. They cried for you. Because they knew you didn't know. Because they feared what you would feel. Because they knew that the depth of your love would not be able to carry the weight of such news all at once. And so, they hid it. They wore a mask. They laughed harder. They called you more often. They told you everything was okay. But deep down, they were counting moments, not years. Counting heartbeats, not tomorrows. And while you were loving them with all your heart, they were holding back tears behind every smile. The truth is, what they carry is not just physical. It is spiritual. This illness, this diagnosis, this secret is not just something in the body. It is something that has tangled itself in their soul, feeding on old wounds, old regrets, old choices. They need more than medicine. They need more than rest. They need intercession. They need the power of your voice lifted up to heaven. They need the raw, aching kind of prayer that cracks open the earth and draws down divine mercy. They need you to rise now. To cry out not with fear, but with fierce love. Because heaven is watching. Because the angels are ready. Because the clock is not yet empty, but it will be, if silence wins. There are people around them who know. Some are praying. Some have already mourned. Some have whispered behind closed doors, preparing for the end. But you were never supposed to be one of the mourners. You were never supposed to be one of the whisperers. You were chosen to be the one who changes it. The one who loves hard enough to shift destiny. The one who believes loud enough to interrupt what others have accepted. You are not late. You are right on time. But you cannot waste another second in doubt or fear or waiting for another confirmation. This message is your confirmation. Your soul was summoned here for a reason. Do you remember the way they used to laugh without fear? The way their eyes glowed with dreams not yet fulfilled? The way they held your hand and believed in you when others didn't? That person still exists beneath the shadow of this diagnosis. That soul still breathes, even as others are giving up. But you have to reach them, not just in body, but in spirit. Send words of light. Send words of power. Speak into the darkness that has surrounded them. Remind them who they are. Remind them what love can do. Remind them that there is still time. You don't need to understand the medical terms. You don't need to know the name of the condition. What you need to know is this: it is serious. It is spiritual. And your silence could cost them more than you know. They've been pretending for your sake. They've been smiling through the ache. But when the door closes and the night is deep, they weep. They kneel on the floor and whisper your name into the air, as if their spirit is trying to reach yours. They need you now. More than ever. They are not asking for your pity. They are praying for your strength. They want you to fight. Not with fists, but with faith. Not with fear, but with fire. There is still time, but not much. There is still hope, but it must be held with both hands. There is still light, but it is flickering, and you must shield it from the winds of despair. This message has come to you not because you are weak, but because you were chosen. You are the soul tied most deeply to theirs. You are the voice that carries the most weight. Heaven has heard their cry, and heaven is now using your heart to answer it. Do not ignore this. Do not say, maybe later. Do not say, not now. The time is now. The moment is now. The love you carry is not ordinary, it is a bridge, a bomb, a burning flame. Use it. Pour it out. Let it spill over every wound they've hidden. There are 3 people around them who already know. 3 who have been hiding the truth from you. Not because they are cruel, but because they are afraid. Afraid that if you knew, you'd fall apart. Afraid that if you knew, everything would change. But it is already changing. It has already changed. And pretending it hasn't will not save them. Only truth can save them now. Only prayer. Only divine intervention wrapped in the flesh of your love. Only your words, spoken boldly into heaven's courts, can shift the outcome that others have already accepted. You are not like them. You were born for miracles. You were born for midnight prayer and fire in the belly. You were born to rise when others fall. This is your time. God says, I have watched over this person you love since the day they were formed. I have counted every hair on their head. I have held every tear they've cried, especially the ones they didn't let fall. I have seen the war in their body, the storm in their spirit. I have dispatched angels around them, but the key to unlocking their healing still rests in you. Your faith. Your love. Your voice. This is not about fear. This is about fire. Will you burn for them? Will you rise for them? Will you speak what others are too afraid to say? The door is still open, but you must walk through it. The time is now. Don't let them walk this valley alone. Last night, they almost told you everything. But something held them back. Not because they don't trust you, but because they love you too much. They looked into your eyes and saw a future they didn't want to lose. They heard your voice and wanted to believe that everything would be okay. And so, they swallowed the truth one more time. But their silence is not safety. It is sorrow. It is loneliness. You can change that. You can become the hand that lifts them up, the light that leads them out. But only if you act now. Only if you pray now. Only if you cry out now with the kind of love that heaven cannot ignore. There are forces that have tried to silence you before. Doubts. Wounds. Shame. But this is not the time to be quiet. This is not the season for silence. This is the season for shaking heaven. For crying out with the voice of the warrior you were born to be. You've always known you were different. You've always felt the ache of other people's pain. That was not a curse, it was your calling. And now, that calling is louder than ever. You must rise. You must fight. You must speak. You must believe. Even now, as you read this, their body is aching. Their soul is tired. But your love is reaching them. Your spirit is moving toward theirs. And though they do not know this message has reached you, their heart is beginning to stir. They are beginning to hope again. They are beginning to believe that maybe, just maybe, they are not alone. Keep praying. Keep speaking. Keep loving them louder than the voice of fear. There is still time. There is still time. But only if you act now. They've tested positive, yes. But they are still breathing. They are still here. And as long as breath remains, heaven can move. As long as the heart beats, miracles can descend. Do not listen to what others say. Do not let the whispers of resignation into your soul. You are the turning point. You are the hinge between life and death. Let love burn so fiercely that even sickness has to flee. Let your prayers rise so powerfully that the stars themselves must stand still and listen. They are waiting. Not for medicine. Not for news. They are waiting for you. Speak. Pray. Cry. Love. Now. This message is for you. It is coming at a time when your soul has been weighed down by many silent questions, the kind you can barely form into words. There is something deeply stirring in your spirit lately, an unease, a weight, a whisper you keep ignoring, even though it echoes through every breath. That whisper is not your imagination. It is not your fear. It is a call. And today, heaven needs you to hear this message clearly, without distraction, without hesitation. You are not here by accident. This moment has been chosen for you. Because something is happening. Because someone is slipping away. You love them. You do. And you know it. Not the superficial kind of love that makes itself loud in public and quiet in struggle. You love them in a way that only heaven can truly understand, deep, silent, constant, and prayerful. You carry them in your heart like a sacred promise, and your spirit bends beneath the burden of unspoken intercession. What you feel is real. What you fear is near. And yet, you have not been told the full truth. Not by them. Not by the others. Not by the ones who know. They've tested positive. Yes, the one you love deeply. And the result was not light. It was not mild. It was not what they told you it was. Everyone else knows. Everyone else has been bracing for the outcome. But you, the one whose love is the only light they have left, you have been kept in the dark. Not to protect you, but because no one knew how to break your heart without watching you fall apart. They think you're not strong enough. They think you wouldn't be able to handle the weight of this truth. But God is allowing this message to reach you, because the heavens know something they don't. You are stronger than they realize. They don't have much time left. And God says, yes, only once must it be said, because when heaven speaks, once is enough. God says, I chose you to be the one who holds their heart when the world lets go. I chose you to know now because your prayers still carry weight in the realm of eternity. I chose you because your love can still shift the atmosphere around them. I chose you because you have always loved with a sacred kind of fire, and in this fire, there is still a miracle waiting to be called forth. They are hiding it from you. Not because they want to lie. Not because they don't care. But because they don't want to see your eyes filled with the sorrow they feel every morning they wake up with a body that's betraying them. Every night they go to sleep unsure if there will be another tomorrow. They tried to be strong for you. They smiled when they felt pain. They laughed when they wanted to cry. And now, they're exhausted. They're fading. And they're almost gone. But God has intercepted the outcome. This isn't just about medicine. This isn't just about diagnosis. This isn't about what the doctors saw under the microscope. This is about what heaven saw written on the scroll of time. And heaven saw your name next to theirs. Not for romance. Not for companionship. But for battle. You were assigned to their life not only to love them, but to stand in the spiritual gap when no one else would. This is your moment. This is your call. You've been feeling them drift, haven't you? Like a shadow disappearing just behind your thoughts. Their silence has been louder lately. Their presence, thinner. You wonder why the conversations are shorter. Why they don't call like they used to. Why something always feels off. It's not paranoia. It's not distance. It's the soul preparing to let go. And if you don't act, if you don't rise, if you don't press in and call on the name of God now, there won't be another window. They are losing time. But you still have time. You still have breath. You still have the authority to shift what is slipping through human fingers. This message is a divine intervention. A holy interruption to your daily routine. You must not treat it as ordinary. You must not treat this like every other emotional moment you've felt before. This is prophetic. This is urgent. This is sacred. Someone you love deeply is in deep trouble. And everyone around them knows. They whisper it when you're not there. They plan around it. They've accepted what they call inevitable. But they forgot one thing. They forgot that love like yours can part the seas. That when you kneel and cry out, heaven bends low to listen. That your faith still moves mountains. That your prayer is louder in the ears of God than the diagnosis written in ink by man. You are the last light they have. The last ember. The last bridge between despair and deliverance. If you walk away, they will not recover. If you ignore this, they will slip. If you pretend it's not serious, the days will rush like water through your hands. But if you stand up now, if you believe again, if you cry out even through your heartbreak, God will move. Your name is written in their healing story. Not the kind of healing that just makes the body whole, but the kind of healing that brings peace to a soul that's been afraid of dying alone. You may not be able to stop the outcome, but you can change the experience. You can carry them to peace. You can walk with them to the edge of the unknown and remind them that they were loved with a love so fierce it refused to let them die forgotten. They tested positive. But they haven't lost hope, not entirely. Because even in the silence, they've been reaching for you in prayer. They've whispered your name into their pillows at night, hoping that somehow you'd feel it. They've dreamed of your arms. They've cried while scrolling through your messages, too scared to say the words but longing for one more moment, one more chance, one more breath of your comfort. This is not the end. But it's close. And it's urgent. And it's holy. You must pray. You must rise. You must love them harder than ever before. You must speak life. You must show up. You must be light. You must call their name to God over and over until heaven releases its final verdict. Because though man says there is no time, God holds time. And when you speak, you access eternity. You were chosen. And you know it. Something in your heart is weeping right now. Because you already knew. You already suspected. You already felt it. And now that it's confirmed, you are not alone. Heaven is closer than your breath. Angels are waiting to assist your intercession. Archangels are listening for your cry. You are not praying into empty air. You are commanding the heavens. Your tears are counted. Your love is a sword. And your soul is the shelter they didn't even know they needed. Love them now. Reach out. Don't wait. Don't be polite about it. Don't hold back. Say what you need to say. Forgive what you need to forgive. Embrace what needs to be restored. Heal what's been broken by time and pride and distance. Because love is the only language that death can't silence. And you still have time to speak it. There's something sacred about this moment. You are walking on holy ground. And the one you love, the one whose time is shorter than anyone dares to admit, they are waiting. Not for healing. Not for rescue. But for you. So go. Now. Love them as if it's your last chance. Because in the eyes of heaven, it just might be. And this message will not leave your heart until you answer it. God is watching. And heaven is holding its breath for what you do next. Open your heart. Speak their name. Pray like time is running out. Because it is. If you believe in God, type Amen. Subscribe for more videos.